Hello, my name is Navigator, and in today's video we're going to be taking a brief look I should say, through a Hasbro 2006 upcoming toy brochure or pamphlet, a little magazine, whatever you want to call it. I was going through some older items earlier and I found this. It was in pretty decent condition, and I have seen videos of people doing this, kind of taking a look at some of these old toy lines. Of course, I have a lot of these toys. We might even see a couple in this little magazine here in the collection. But regardless, it might be a nice little blast through the past or a through the looking glass back in 2006, a time that I wish I could, and I think everybody else would want to go back to. But yeah, so I don't really know what else to say. But with that, let's open this up and see what's going on inside. So on the front here, you got Wolverine, Spider-Man, and Hulk. You got Marvel on the front with some of the toy lines that were active at the time. I do want to say the reason I have this is I know I'm a big wrestling channel guy at this point, but I used to be obsessed with Marvel Legends, and when they used to come through the door, I would either get loose ones or in-box ones, and I'm sure this came from some in-box figure that I had taken apart. But with that said, I'm sorry for the delay. Let's open this up. So number one, we have a Spider-Man Origins page here. Looks like we have some things. And I believe that I used to have this Spider-Man 2099, but some of these other ones, I'm not sure. But these were definitely around when I was a kid. I was 5 at the time when these had come out. I'm 24 now, but it's just crazy to think about this. So we have some really cool Spider-Man ones. I like that Hobgoblin down there. That's pretty cool. Turning the page here, some more Spider-Man figures, and check those out. The motorcycle and the 4x4, I don't know, the quad, I guess you could say. But these are so cool. Look at the articulation on them. I love that old kind of Hasbro Toy Biz articulation. It was just incredible. And then it looks like we have some more here. Ooh, some of the web slingers. And I guess this is the Mego side of things. And I used to have that Wolverine. 100%. No, I don't think I still have it. I think I definitely sold it off. But these were actually pretty cool. And I used to really covet that Wolverine. Oh man, I don't have them anymore, but I know that I had these as a kid. I definitely had this Angel and Colossus one, but this is going to be the Superhero Squad. I remember watching this show, and I think it was Cartoon Network. I could be wrong, or maybe it was Nickelodeon, but these were awesome. And I'm pretty sure, oh man, I think I still have this Cyclops actually. That was one of my favorite toys when I was a kid, and I should try to find that actually. But I know I still have that. I had a lot of these guys. These were so cool. They were fairly cheap. So I went to the store, asking my mom for like one of these wasn't really that big of a deal. But they were always these 2 packs. I mean, what? I wasn't making income then, so I didn't really care. And I feel like I had that Ghost Rider and the Punisher. Man, this is really bringing back some memories. Wow. Okay. Let's keep going through. This is where we're going to start to recognize some things. So number one here, we have the Icon series from Marvel Legends. These were the 12-inch figures. And actually, take a look at that Punisher right there. And we'll set that down really quick, and I can pick you guys up. We actually have that Punisher right there in the collection. Now, I added that little jacket there and a couple other firearms to his arsenal, but we do have that one. I think that's the only Marvel Legends kind of icons or 12-inch figure that I have from that time. I do have some other 12-inch Marvel Legends, but they're kind of few and far between and from different eras, but that really is cool. And this Banshee right here, that was one of the first Marvel Legends I ever got. I found it for like $12 at a discount store, like a discount comic store at Destiny USA in Syracuse. I don't think I have it anymore. I'm pretty sure I don't have it anymore. I feel like I would know. But this was so awesome with the cloth wings and everything. That was one of the coolest figures that I had. I used to think that he was a bad guy because he was so scary looking, but it's just Banshee. So, and then I've seen this Iron Man, and the Emma Frost out in the wild before, but never had the pleasure of having them in the collection. And if we keep going here, some more ones we might recognize. We've got who we got? Yellow Jacket, Jean Grey from X3. This is right around the time that X3 came out. You got Juggernaut there. Thor, She-Hulk, the Blob, Build-A-Figure. Man, these were the days. Quicksilver. That one you see every once in a while. There's the Ultimate Wolverine. Zorn. Ooh, this was a figure that I always wanted when I was younger. I started collecting Marvel Legends when I was 15. And I remember when I was kind of in my huge Wolverine era, I used to love getting old Marvel Legends Wolverine because they made a million of them. I remember seeing that Zorn too. I always wanted that. It looked cool. What do we have here? These figures I gotta start looking at because I really do want these. But these are gonna be from the Ghost Rider movie with Nicolas Cage, so we have a lot of them here. But like this Vengeance one right there, that guy looks awesome. And then who is this? Caretaker, that looks sweet as well. I'm gonna look for that Vengeance figure though. These look really cool. I'm going to have to invest in a couple of these because, again, I love the articulation. Just so sweet. And there's some more vehicles, I guess, in varying shapes and sizes that came with the Ghost Rider movie. And then on the last page here, I guess we just have an advertisement for Spider-Man Battle for New York, which was some kind of video game. So we have that. And then on the back here, there is a action figure checklist for, I'm pretty sure, all the figures that were displayed in this magazine. So 5 minutes and 30 seconds. I do apologize, guys. A little bit longer than I wanted to get into, but that really is a blast of the past for me. I wasn't really barely sentient back in 2006 when this was released. I was only 5 years old, but it really brings me back to being like 2015 and just really being obsessed with Marvel Legends, watching Glenn Webb on YouTube. Rest in peace to Glenn Webb. Almost brings tears to my eyes thinking about that era of my life, watching his videos, the action figure evolution. I always want to say that, my action figure evolution, the way that he used to say it. If you guys don't know who Glenn Webb is, go check out Glenn Webb here on YouTube. But man, what an era. And I'm so obsessed with wrestling, but I still do have a love for Marvel Legends and just Marvel figures in general in my heart, and I'm just glad to be a collector. So I'm glad that I could share this with you guys today, and I won't waste your time anymore. As always, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.